I don't think it is that these people are always paying
All
homage
over the
to and
Oscars.
glorifying vampires. You do know what vampires actually do, don't you? Where do you think that came from? Do you not think that maybe we have traditional vampires on this earth with us right now and we just don't know it? Because I guarantee.
Hey, Segovia, back with another video. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all, in today's video, you're going to have some of the most disturbing TikTok glitches you'll ever see. Just remember, y'all, the news on TikTok, some of it's good, some of it's bad. It's good because we get a lot of truth, but it's bad because we get a lot of false, misleading information, y'all. That's up to you guys to go out there and do your research, y'all. Just remember, these videos, what I'm doing, I don't have time to sit here and go through everything and fact check everything, y'all. I got a newborn downstairs that's waiting to be fed, right? So make sure you guys remember, always, these are for entertainment purposes only, y'all. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I'll never get over is the missing 411 map matching the cave system in this country. Those little colored dots that you see on the map above, those are people that went missing in a national park under suspicious circumstances. The black that you see, that's the cave system inside this country. Tell me why it matches up. I'll wait. I got time because I've been thinking about this for years. Why do I think about this so often? Because there's over 1,600 people missing from national parks. People that should not have gone missing, like a little boy that was with his family, ran behind a bush playing hide and seek and was never seen again. Or a park ranger who was literally just doing his job and vanished, and they have no clue what happened to him. Now, some of these people above, they were found. But if they are found, if they're alive, they don't remember what happened to them. They have memory gaps. Currently, a man missing in the national parks right now. His name is Jordan Marsters. He's 31 years old, and he was last seen 2 weeks ago at the Black Canyon in Gunnison National Park. I could literally go on and on with stories of people that have went missing in national parks under these suspicious circumstances because there's just so many of them. It's mind-boggling.
See, a way I can paint the picture for you guys with the missing 411 that I learned watching it, Estrella Mountains down in Arizona. Ran those mountains since I was 14 years old, y'all. I know them like the back of my hand, right? Me and my brother-in-law, we used to go run, right? He'd give me a little 2-minute head start. That way we're not on each other's ass, right? We don't want to hear each other breathing, and it just throws off the mental, right? We just want to be out in our own zone. So that's like me running that mountain that I've been running since I'm 15, knowing the back of my hand. We know what trail we're doing. Okay, we're doing this one today. This is what we're doing. He gives me a 2-minute head start. I'm never seen again. That's what happens with these missing 411s. The hunters, they know that. They've been hunting those forests since they were little. They know it like the back of their hands. They disappear. They get found, body found. 3 years later, they did a grid search. They find shoes, they find teeth, they find nicely folded clothes. A lot of crazy things with that missing 411, y'all. Highly suggest you guys check it out.
Grande just told us that somebody is messing with her mental, her up top, her brain. They wiping away her memory, y'all. So during the Oscars, a reporter asked Ariana Grande about her anticipated album deluxe to her 2024 album, Eternal Sunshine, where she responded and said she can't remember too much because she's gone through, or she went through, memory erasure. So I looked it up, and now it's kind of making sense. Maybe that's why her appearance is changing. That's probably why she was acting weird in them interviews with Cynthia Erivo. Y'all, this shit crazy, y'all. Look at this.
Brighter days memory erasure treatment to me, so I'm having trouble remembering the details. They're foggy because at the Brighter Days clinic they do the memory erasure, you know?
No, I don't know.
Her fans like, y'all slow. She just trolling. That's not the case. She can pass it off to y'all like she trolling, the fans. But I know what it is. It's crazy how they can do stuff right in people's face and they be so blind to see that they're telling the truth. She even put it in a music video. But they just like, oh, it's a music video. No, she's trying to explain to y'all what's going on. So in this music video, they're trying to spin it as something with love, like she's trying to erase a person from her memory. But that's not the case, y'all. They removed.
I'm just disgusted how something like this could happen. How this secret video just completely exposed everyone you love in Hollywood. Something that started off so innocent and nice turned evil so fast. I mean, just look at this.
Greatest sense of empowerment is being able to have some control when everything seems so out of control. And we're calling it the People's Fund of Maui because every dollar that you send is going to go into an account that goes directly to the people.
This next video I'm going to show you is the darkest and the real truth. Now, the whole Maui fundraiser started, but people didn't like what was happening. What if all the stars in the US gave $100 each? I'm broke, but you got this, bro. You too can manage fine. It can come directly from you and your friends. Good luck. People didn't like the fact that they were sitting there and asking for money when they're billionaires. But Oprah took it to the extreme with this.
Maui, you know Oprah Winfrey has been securing Maui land like it's a trending bestseller? In just 2023, she invested in a vast 520-acre plot for $3.89 million.
Human trafficking is a $12 billion a year business.
And we just stood on that.
People always want to associate that with celebrities, bro. That's only 5% of the world. It's the guy next door. It's the guy driving the bus. It's your neighbor who is probably got somebody tied up in his basement right now. If you see something, you need to say something. Point blank period, man. Protect the ladies, man. Protect the kids, man. If you a real gangster, stand on real business. Take care of your people. Keep your neighborhood safe.
In the name of big fella, I completed another. I'm finna get a new tattoo on my face, y'all. I brought somebody else back home.
We bringing people home to their families, Cam. That's what this is really all about, bro.
Never believed that the CIA killed Kennedy.
No. You're talking to a guy that's read the entire JFK file.
You've seen all the secret stuff?
I've seen all of that, and I've seen the 7 pages of the 9/11 report. I've seen it all.
You don't say that to people that you can't tell what you saw. Should the Kennedy stuff be released?
Yes.
Is there anything there that is like, is anybody alive?
The problem is, the things that we can't release have nothing to do with the questions you guys are asking. That's about as far as I can go on it. But like the answers you guys want, pretty much have them. There's very minimal stuff that can't be seen from things that you wouldn't even think are related to that.
Why can't we release them?
And you're thinking temporally, like, did it stop back then? Right? You know, the way intelligence works is you're always developing it. Where did I get that? Where did that go? Oh, hey, I found that guy 5 years ago. Let's go talk to him. Where does that get us? You know, it's a little bit bigger of a jigsaw puzzle. I mean, it's the same. Look, so the 7 pages of the 9/11 report, yes, overnight, that needs to come out. I'm telling you, that's got to go. And there will be some people that are pissed off.
Like, it's like a show, y'all. You know, I'm starting to see. I didn't want to get into the politics stuff because a lot of people live and die on that hill. If you don't agree with it, I'm done. I unsubscribe. But this has to be said, y'all. It's like when Kamala and Biden had the LGBT people in the White House, right? It's feeding to their audience. Their audience likes that, right? We're gonna get their votes with this. We need to have them. And it's like the people on the right, they're feeding us these Epstein files coming out with folders, you know, dancing with them. This guy saying we got them. I've seen them all, but they're not putting things out, y'all. They're politicians. Remember, at the end of the day, y'all, they're politicians. They're politicians, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say, because it's a touchy subject over here on Segovia Reacts, y'all. But you know, they're just politicians. Just know that they want your vote. At the end of the day, that's it. Might have to delete that out. It's what you got to stay away from, y'all. I constantly say, don't drink your calories. They're good for a reason. Look at those two dum-dums. That's all that sugar. Look at this guy out there living his best life, loving life.
I'm not technically.
Get outside, people. Get outside for that mental health. Sometimes you got to get off TikTok, get off YouTube, and just go sit outside and listen to the wind chimes, listen to the birds, y'all. Sometimes that needs to be done. Sometimes we need to reset, clear our mind, and get away from these things, because this content, it's not going nowhere, whether it's real, whether it's not, right? It's not going nowhere. People pull things out of a rabbit's hat and just throw the ball, and hopefully somebody catches it, right? Entertainment purposes only. I can't stress it enough, y'all. I'm here to entertain. That's it. Like I said, I don't have time to go out there and fact check everything, but I hope you guys are enjoying the content.
To tell you this, so if something happens to me, then you obviously know why. I received a phone call from somebody yesterday, and I'm not going to name them because that side of my family is unfortunately very evil. And they'll probably go snooping around anyway trying to figure out who told me. But that person from that side of my family talks to Larry and my uncle at least once every single month. When I say Larry, many of you already know, but if you don't know, I'm talking about Larry Fink. Larry is unfortunately my grandfather. I did have to clear things up on 2 separate occasions because a group on TikTok wanted to go around and say that I'm apparently some Rothschild. But anyways, I received a phone call explaining a lot about this sovereign wealth fund. Specifically how it's going to work, and I'm not entirely sure as to what I can really say on this app, but I can say that that side of my family is going to make a shit ton of money. Specifically my grandfather from the assets that his company manages. Notice how Scott Bessent, which was obviously confirmed by the US Senate to lead the US Treasury last month, was talking about the fund. Do keep in mind, Bessent has taken a positive view of crypto. But Bessent mentioned something that I don't think a lot of people actually paid attention to. He mentioned how they are going to monetize the asset side of the US balance sheet for the American people, saying also that they're going to put the assets to work. So let me explain something to you real quick, okay? And I'm not going to say too much about this, I'm just going to allow you to connect the dots. BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager, okay? It holds over 11,000 Bitcoin. Do keep in mind, a year ago, I predicted that by January of 2025, Bitcoin will be at $100,000. People call me crazy, and that's fine. I've already seen the blueprints to this shit, so obviously I knew what was coming anyway. I did buy a couple of Bitcoin when they were a certain price. That's why I was able to obtain the 2 properties that I have now. But if you haven't looked into BlackRock's Bitcoin ETFs, which let's do keep in mind, allow investors to invest in Bitcoin, but without having to go through the hassle of using a cryptocurrency exchange, while providing leverage to its price, then I highly recommend that you do. This is just step 1 to what I've been trying to bring awareness to for well over a year now. And if you really want to open your eyes, or if you want me to do it, it'll probably be a 10-minute video, so just let me know beforehand. But if not, then I highly recommend that you go look into the Texas Stock Exchange that's being backed by BlackRock and Citadel Securities, and a couple of investors that for whatever reason I can't mention on this app. Now, step 2 isn't necessarily something I can mention on this app, unfortunately, so I'll be putting a little bit of it down in the comment section below. But if you want a deeper dive, then I highly recommend that you go head over to my X account and you watch the video that I'm going to be posting on there tomorrow. Because step 2 would definitely provide clarification as to what is going to happen afterwards. Which should be obvious, but it's not, because people unfortunately have too much faith in the US dollar. But if you don't see what's happening in the crypto world right now, all I can really do is just recommend that you start investing. I've done a couple videos throughout the last couple of months trying to tell you exactly what you need to be investing in. Unfortunately, those videos haven't necessarily met a certain algorithm. But if anybody wants me to do another video on it, I gladly will. Nonetheless, I see exactly what Larry is doing.
There's an asteroid coming to Earth, and scientists say that there's a huge chance that it actually will strike Earth. They upped it from a 1% chance to a 2% chance, and it says that this YR4 asteroid in 7 years, which will be in 2032, can hit Earth. And if it does, it would hit Earth with the force of an 8 megaton nuclear weapon. Could this asteroid or star be Wormwood, which is talked about in the book of Revelation in Revelation 8? Revelation 8 says, the 3rd angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky on a 3rd of the rivers on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A 3rd of the waters turned bitter, and many people died from the waters that had become bitter. Could this asteroid be Wormwood, talked about in Revelation? I'll tell you what, if it actually does hit, then it might be something to talk about. I mean, the timing wouldn't be that far off for this to actually be right. But this is in our lifetime. This isn't 100 million years from now. This is in 7 years, 2032. So, like I said, y'all, things are ramping up. This is crazy. Personal opinion, I don't think that is Wormwood. However, I'm not 100% sold that it's not. And so it could be, genuinely, it really could be.
Some believe that when Lucifer fell to the earth, he landed on top of Graham Mountain in Arizona. What's interesting about that is the Vatican owns an observatory on top of Mount Graham, and the observatory is called Lucifer. The Vatican only owns 2 observatories, one in Italy and one in Arizona, where some believe Lucifer fell to the earth. What's intriguing is in the Bible, Lucifer is also known as the morning star, and the Arizona flag is a falling star. Arizona also sounds a whole lot like Arizona. There's also 13 rays. The 13 rays are to represent the 13 counties in Arizona. Perhaps those 13 counties are meant to represent 13 bloodlines. Not far from that observatory is Highway 191, which was originally US 666. A 9 with 2 1s is an interesting change after 666. Considering all this information together, it definitely shouldn't be overlooked that TSMC is also located in Arizona, where they're potentially making the chips that they want to put in you, the mark of the beast, which has serpent imagery as you're getting up close to it. Not just that, but I believe the highways it's on is significant because it's the I-17 and the 303. Both interesting numbers.
And it was at that point that I fell in love with Arizona. I said, you know what, this has to be God's country. You know, because I've never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country.
He ain't playing out there in Greece.
Things we did at school that kids today will never experience. A true old school memory. Friday was pizza day, and everyone wanted that corner piece. We worked so hard to make sure we got top marks on the spelling test just to get this reward. The fruit-scented Papa Point pencils were the best. Until you lost one of the little lead pieces.
Done.
I read a lot, so it was the perfect reward system for me. Being sick at home, there was nothing a little Price is Right and Vicks Vapor Rub couldn't fix.
Price is Right.
We were the happiest then. No homework, just a movie.
10 facts.
Today's kids carry huge fancy water bottles to school, while we survived on a single sip from a germ-filled drinking fountain all day. I wonder how many of these things teachers used to collect back in the day. The thrill of finding something exciting in your lunchbox. One of the ways we entertained ourselves when we were bored. These were the ultimate school lunch treats, especially during the hot spring and summer days. Do you remember these?
Fiction means it's a made-up story. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Well, why write a big secret? People are smart. They can handle it. The person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this planet.
First of all, lad, we've got to get all these medieval ideas out of your head. Clear the way for new ideas. Knowledge of man's fabulous discoveries in the centuries ahead. Now that'll be a great advantage, boy.
Advantage indeed. If the boy goes about saying the world is round, they'll take him for a lunatic.
The world is round? Yes, that's right. And it also goes around.
Did y'all know that these artists don't even live what they rap or what they sing about?
Yep.
They push this sin culture and this evilness, and they don't even live it. A lot of them don't live it. When the rappers talk about shooting and killing and stuff like that, they ain't never held a gun in their life unless it was at a gun range. They ain't never walked down on nobody. They ain't never did no drugs. They ain't never, all the things they be talking about, they don't do, but they push it to you and your kids. I find it very interesting that artists have been influencing culture and influencing the atmosphere for so long. Now, supposedly, we know that Satan was the leader of music in heaven. And so that's typically, and it calls him the prince of the air. Music influences air because you got to think of frequencies and certain, all those different things that goes into certain harmony, certain melodies, your octaves and all those different things. So you got to know that when these people are rapping about these things, they are putting these things out into the air. And so essentially they are turning your children into gangsters, killers, drug dealers, all these womanizers. And then for the women, they making them become, and I can't probably use those words, but for the women, they're making them become promiscuous. They're making them become, you know what I'm saying? And so they are influencing culture, and they aren't even, these people who have kids don't even let their own kids listen to their music. Think about that. These people who have kids don't even let their kids listen to their music. They put out this music for you and for the industry, and then when they go back to their regular lives, they don't do any of that. When they go back to their regular lives, nothing, nada. But they put it out to your kids and they make your kids go and do it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then a lot of these children growing up, and even in the past, becoming these really evil, wicked people, a lot of it is because of the influence of the music. They say it's the video games and it's television. The music is number one. Numero uno, music.
It is. You see the rappers go on talk shows and say, well, what about Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie? It's the music, y'all. It's the music. And what's even deeper than that is the powers that be, they're not going to make you popular if you don't rap this. Now, I've said this before, and people were saying some dude I never heard of. Yeah, he's getting 1 million views, but he's not a household name, y'all. He's not a worldwide name. He's an underground name, and he'll never get out of that underground, which is good, right? We don't want him to, because he's doing positive things, right? And if you're doing positive things, you ain't going to get up in that limelight. That's in your kids' musics at high school. Everyone's listening to that, right? That's where it starts. But the sad thing is, if you don't rap like that, they're not going to put you out. Plain and simple. And I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but these women rappers that are rapping like that, men are writing their lyrics, y'all. The men are writing their lyrics, so they know exactly what to say, and they're out there rapping it. And unfortunately, the women, young women, that's what their mindset's changing to, because it's all music, y'all. It's all the music. Dope. That's crazy. The infamous letter. What was in that damn thing? Because ain't nothing come from it that we know of. Who knows what's going on behind closed doors? It's something, though. Smart City USA
like radio,
coming to you.
But it's like television, and the genre is different because we can sit here and ramp. You know, there isn't that time constraint. You know, isn't that pressure?
This is what planted the seed, y'all.
Well, not only that, there's not a corporate pressure. See,
Yeah.
the thing that fucked up television, the thing that fucked up entertainment in general, is money. They were selling advertising. So everybody has to say certain words, don't say certain words, don't bring up certain subjects. You can't just express yourself because you're expressing yourself to someone who's selling advertising space. Yeah. And that's all and that fucks up everything. It doesn't make anything good.
We need a fucked up advertiser around here, that's all.
You just need to keep doing this. We need to figure out how you make money from this.
Yeah. I've got a lot of neat ideas I want to talk to you about because I know you're into this computer thing. I think we create a national interweb, we call it, okay? Because we're on the national internet. I think we make a thing called the national interweb. We're all creative people that are online on the web, link themselves together through a series of links, and then create a mass traffic
like a portal
gauge, like a portal,
some sort of
like a portal into the advertising revenue stream.
Yeah, no shit.
You know, and take a little bit from the big wigs, right?
Dude, this is,
in their
I mean,
fancy
why
suits.
they don't need to exist.
Yeah.
They're non-creative people. We talked about this before the show. They're non-creative people who are controlling creative things.
Yeah.
And they want to have their input. And it's fucking maddening.
Who-
I mean,
who-
that shit
who
that
give
happened
us-
with Chappelle when
who
he left
occasionally
Comedy
give us
Central.
jobs as well.
Yeah, they give you jobs, and it's nice that
And,
you're
you know,
making
often
ridiculous
we've
amounts
all
of
had
money.
great times together as well.
Fuck them,
You know,
man.
We're all caught up in this thing
Just
together.
abandon them.
Oh.
Abandon ship.
You know, I'm kind of.
Which, by the way, that's what got the seed planted, y'all. You never know when that seed you had, you're going to come across somebody and it's going to bloom, y'all. I'm curious, y'all. I don't care if you're 20 years old. I don't care if you're 70 years old. We got a wide age of family here in the Cave Fam. What are your dreams? Let me know down below. What are your dreams? Me? YouTube, of course. But also, I would love to get my valet trash business going and making a good income on that. That would be my dream, y'all. Forever, my dream. I just want to be happy. I just want to have a mental health. I want it to be good. I got all that. Not 100% perfect, but I worked on it and I got it to where I'm happy, right? It hasn't been a while, but for a long time I wasn't. That was always my dream. But now, you know, I would love to have a successful valet trash business and a successful YouTube channel. We're going down the right path, right? But I would love to know, what are some of your guys' dreams? Let me know down in the comments. I don't care if it's crazy. I don't care if you're 70 years old and you dream of being an astronaut, right? Or whatever, y'all. Let me know down below. I would love to see what the Cave Fam, what their dreams are, because it can be done. It can be done, y'all. It can be done. Trust me.
Spinach are not healthy for you at all. They're loaded with anti-nutrients, especially spinach. Spinach is probably the worst vegetable that most people eat when they're eating a healthy diet. Spinach has loaded with oxalates, creates inflammation in your gut. People juice spinach. Like, you want to stay away from spinach. It's one of the worst things you can consume. And almonds as well, by the way. Almonds are loaded with oxalates. It's something that I never eat. Almonds, almond milk, almond flour. Like, it'll create
almond butter.
almond butter. Yeah. Yeah. I would stay away from too much of that.
Probably in Washington, San Francisco, someplace where they get a lot of funding for the homelessness.
Hey there, I'm passing through. Is that okay, passing through?
Yeah, you're good. No worries.
I just don't want to startle you. Do I have any what? Sorry, once more. Do I have any food? I might have some in my car. Give me a few minutes.
The heck is that? The city just
So they coming up with a new prison that allows inmates to serve years of their sentence in just a matter of minutes. So the criminals is gonna have a choice to spend tens of years behind bars, or they can make the choice to get the artificial memory implanted into their brain. So this process is called Cognify. And the intent of it is to treat the criminal like a patient. They're gonna try to change the person's brain chemistry. After this process, when they re-enter society, they will be new and reformed, and they won't even be capable of committing any other crime. The chip can make the patient feel empathetic. Depending on the severity of the crime, the chip can also make you feel the emotional and physical pain of the victim and the family members. You can feel what they felt. So the process only takes about 7 minutes. But to the patient, it seemed like it had been years. Last year, the U.S. government spent $8.7 billion taxpayers' dollars on the prison. They say with this new prison, they can save money for healthcare, education. Also, they feel that it will be so many reformed people that doesn't commit crimes. Y'all leave in the comments and tell me what y'all think about this. Do y'all think this is actually gonna work? Or do y'all think that they're creating something that they don't even know that they're creating? Y'all leave in the comments and tell me what y'all think.
Well, if they're putting it out there. I don't know. I never heard of this show. Entertainment purposes only, right? Can't stress it enough. But if they're putting this on websites, it's already been done. They've already done it. Maybe they saw good things from it. I don't know. But the one thing I can say, all that money they're going to save, it ain't going to go to the people. It's going to go to their pockets, y'all. It always does.
I don't think it is that these people are always paying homage to and glorifying vampires. You do know what vampires actually do, don't you? Where do you think that came from? Do you not think that maybe we have traditional vampires on this earth with us right now and we just don't know it? Because I guarantee you we do. And what's even crazier than that is, remember, she who played in the movie Wicked has been promoted and chosen to be Jesus Christ. Her glorifying this. And y'all think God's gonna be fine with that? No, he's not. But keep watching it and you'll see what happens to America. And it wouldn't be the Oscars without them showing you right in your face what it is. Not Adam, it's the pyramid. The pyramid. But what I found extremely odd was they had the firefighters from LA on the stage, and the Oscars is for acting. And also, what is this circle in the background? Yeah. Pretty irrelevant, right? Is it possible? A technological circle? And not just a circle, but yes, it's in a giant pyramid too. Is the all-seeing eye in our day and age technology? Like, you know, the AI on all of our phones that knows everything we ever do? Anyways, this is all satire. I'm just being stupid.
So once again, we have all the schmatanic schmetophiles under one roof for one of their biggest ritual ceremonies of the year. Now, this movie that won Best Actress.
Never heard of it.
Now, I went to the theater. I was bored one day and I just saw this film and decided to walk in and watch it. The theater was pretty much empty. There were 2 other men there, and the movie started playing. I got up and left because it was so sexually perverted that it really disturbed my spirit, and I actually felt violated. And of course, Hollywood chooses this film to win Best Actress.
How many people are going to go watch that?
We know what all of these people are into. At this point, the majority of us have tuned out of Hollywood. And we definitely don't need a corrupt legal system telling us who is who. Even before all of the Diddy allegations came out, all of us talked about the things that Diddy was doing. We all know. We all know what these people in Hollywood, the music industry, media, sports, finance, politics, we know what they're all up to. And as we continue to remove our attention and energy from Hollywood, mark my words, the world will become a better place. Peace be with you all.
I mean, we do know. And even deeper, the people in Hollywood really know the things we don't know. I mean, after things happen, like, I mean, the Bill Cosby thing, I remember I was watching a Bobby Lee podcast clip about it. And he was saying, yeah, we knew, like but guess what? They don't speak out. Because if you speak out, you're blackballed. So who's the bad guy here? Is it the person that's not, coming out and saying anything? Or is it, the person doing it, of course, but the machine, the Hollywood, they know more than we know because they're inside, but they don't say nothing because if they do, guess what? You'll never be in a movie again. Your podcast will get stripped from you. You'll be, considered crazy, and we'll have you in the street running around butt naked with a bald head. So who's the bad guy, y'all? Let me know down below.
Now, mercury in the mouth is a different story because many people are going to say, well, what about mercury fillings? Well, mercury fillings are usually poison body because they're filled with a whole bunch of different toxins, a whole bunch of different chemicals. They're placed into the mouth, and then the mouth becomes a receiver. This is why sometimes when people have mercury fillings, they can begin to hear the radio because they are an antenna. Mercury also is really good at picking up antenna signals. So if you got mercury fillings in the mouth, might be time to go switch those out for something else because you're picking up on everything, including the cell towers that are all around us. I took a piece of cinnabar, which that's what this is right here, and I wrapped it with copper and made a coil around it. And cinnabar, when you take a lighter and you put it up against this, it'll actually drop mercury. This is where mercury comes from the cinnabar stone. And if you squeeze it with the copper, or you wrap the copper around it to make a coil around it too, you create a piezoelectric effect. And this creates a little bit of voltage. And that little bit of voltage can be very healing. This is why when people squeeze crystals or rocks or stones in their hands, they get a little charge. You can almost feel it. It's almost like a little electrical charge. That's because you're creating a piezoelectric effect, which is creating energy.
About the most prominent symbol in the world, and today we're going to talk about the most popular brand in the world. Do you know what it is? Coca-Cola. 3631. 13 equals 4. 44 equals an original taste. Abracadabra, like open happiness. And red and white. Red is 9, white is 29, which is 11. Do you get it yet? Do you get it yet? Do you get it yet? Everything you see is coded in numbers. Peace.
New details tonight on plans to turn Myrtle Beach into Meta Beach. It's all part of making the city a smart city using new advanced technology. Our Ali Espinosa joins us live from downtown Myrtle Beach tonight, and Ali, city staff are actually calling this.
But have you guys ever heard of Doggerland?
No.
Doggerland. Dude, this is crazy. Okay, so you know how United Kingdom is an island, right?
Yeah.
There was a time where the North Sea, all of that was land.
What are you talking about?
And it wasn't found until recently, like less than 100 years ago. Some ship people were just going through and had their nets down, and they pull up, and it's this like harpoon type of thing.
Oh.
And it's like a metal. And so they're like, what in the world? And so they dig down deep. It connected everything from Denmark to France, everywhere, all the way around Ireland. And it wasn't until this huge tsunami, 60-foot wave that came from all the glaciers melting. Absolutely massive, but it just existed there. It was lush forest, woolly mammoths, and everything. And they're still discovering more and more. Isn't that crazy?
Wow. That's
And the fact that
wild.
we don't know about that, that's nuts. It's literally, they call it Europe's Atlantis.
Welcome to Doggerland.
It's a really cool name.
That's wild.
Isn't that fun?
Scotland used to be an ice sheet.
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Clive Davis run the industry. They let Quincy Jones be a gatekeeper, and Quincy hired who? Diddy and Jay-Z and them to be gatekeepers the last 30 years. That's why you can't get in the rap game.
Ever ask yourself why it is that every screen comes out blue? They don't have red. You actually have to put software in to change it. There's a reason, my friend. Do you understand the game that's going on? They're dumbing you down. Why is it that every tech company has blue lit screens? I'm going to tell you the reason why. It's because that's how DARPA wants it. That way you can be programmed further. So, wow. Oh no, it's even more wow than that. You haven't even got to the wow stage.
Everything is energy. And the main lesson you're here on Earth to do is to learn how to manipulate energy. And what does that mean? Create. You have to learn how to create. Once you figure that out, you can have anything. That's what we are. We are creators. We are manifestors. There are no limitations unless you put them on yourself.
Endless
Once you
potential.
learn these things, you can have anything you want in life.
That's real. Got to put the work in behind it.
I went to the moon twice. I went to Mars like 17, 18, countless times. They found my damn, I left, I smashed me. I had to smash somebody out there, up there, knock a nigga head. I knocked all his face off, you know, and they just started spotted the face.
Go back to the full screen.
They just spotted the face from space. They seen it?
Huh?
Yeah. They done seen the face, and now they done put the all on blast. Look at his face on Mars. Wayne Tune and knocked the head off. Look at his face stuck on it. Now they trying to lock me up way on Saturn and shit. It's crazy.
I know the joints out there is crazy. Mars and shit.
Nah, actually it's not, man. It's ratchet out there. Yeah, it's ratchet. Yeah.
No bitches like that now. Just straight.
Yeah, man.
Nah, okay.
I know there's a chick named Marshana.
Marshana.
She from Upper Mars. Upper Mars, like they got that's that's the coolest side. Upper, you know. That's why the green people are. You know, we ain't raising now. We got red people out there, they got blood, they got green people, but that's where the red people is kind of cooler. Where the green folks at is a little more, so that's where I'm shining from.
Is it true that they try to make you sell your soul in the music industry?
They did try to take my friend to Bohemian Grove. They did take him there. So my friend won a very big show that musicians do to get attention and get notoriety.
Like the American Idol or something like that?
Yeah, I won't say which one. He won. After that happened, they were taken out to a type of gathering where all of the big groups of people that are influential to musicians and to entertainment and politics, and they're kind of all intersecting, but they all have their own individual ones. So they all come in, they do this meeting. It was a wooded area. There was somebody dressed in an owl type of, it was a female, some type of owl costume. But I don't think it was as cheesy as a costume. I think it's a ritualistic, thing that they do. And you had to either tell the people, I mean, these are influential people who could dead your career or further your career. There was a person there who the public thinks is deceased, who is alive. Some of these people you find in the biggest stories in history, and you have to decide, do I want to be a part of this ritual? And you have a choice. You walk through the door or you don't. It starts out as wanting people to hear your music, but then it turns into a monster, and you have to feed it. The fame, the love, the attention, the money, the houses, the cars, all the chicks, all the guys, like whatever it is that you're about. Unfortunately, I'll never know what happened because he chose not to. I grew up in LA, so I know these things go on.
This is a great example that everything in the world is based on your perception, beliefs, and experiences.
What is the most beautiful town in Texas? First, let's start with the town considered the ugliest in Texas, Odessa. Known for its chaotic layout and dirty streets, this place makes people want to leave in a hurry. So, where is the most beautiful town in Texas? In fifth place, we have Marble Falls. This small town is well loved for its serene lakes and surrounding natural beauty, making it a perfect getaway for both visitors and locals. Fourth place goes to the Woodlands, located in central Texas. With tree-lined streets, meticulously planned communities, and top-notch shopping experiences, this area has become a favorite for many. Moving into the top three, we head to Nacogdoches, located in East Texas. Known for its rich history and charming streets, this town is often referred to as the oldest town in Texas. Coming in second is Granbury, featuring a well-preserved historic square and stunning lakeside scenery, making it one of the most romantic travel destinations in the state. Finally, taking the top spot as the most beautiful town in Texas, unsurprising to many Texans, is Fredericksburg.
In 1966, a well-known scientist released a book with information that could impact everyone on Earth. But before anyone could read it, it was classified by the CIA. Well, it's because the man who wrote it describes the end of the world. In 1966, former McDonnell Douglas engineer Dr. Chan Thomas released a book called The Adam and Eve Story. Now, that title might sound like he's being cute, but he's actually being literal. This book is about the end of the world as we know it. Thomas presents evidence of a coming shift in the Earth's poles that creates a cataclysm. And Thomas says these pole shifts are cyclical, that on regular intervals, a disaster wipes out almost all human life, and we start over again in the Stone Age. He says we're actually the 6th advanced civilization to evolve on Earth. There may have been even more civilizations that have been here, but the further back you go, the harder it is to know for sure, because some of these civilizations occupied continents that no longer exist. Now, Thomas isn't the first scientist to publish this theory. In 1958, almost 10 years before the Adam and Eve story, Charles Hapgood published The Earth's Shifting Crust, which discussed the Earth crustal displacement hypothesis. This theory says that sometimes the Earth spins really fast and the continents are rearranged. When Hapgood proposed the idea of continental drift, it was called pseudoscience.
Let me show you how cheap the McDonald's is in Egypt. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a double big tasty meal, large meal with a large Coke,
wedges,
fries, personalize.
Remember the big and
no
tasty
tomato,
California Adventures from Disneyland?
no lettuce,
Old school.
no onion, but extra cheese. Save. Add to order. 407. I just need to pay for this one. So for a double big tasty meal, large meal, fries and a large Coke came to £6.50. Let me know what you think.
So who's all in the room?
The first person that I really start to investigate, it says, is a Dr. Craig McPherson, a scientist at Area 51 that Linda Moulton Howell interviewed, and he admitted that he was a scientist at Area 51. So at least one person on the list is an obscure person in this program. Now I go to one of the medics. His name was Dr. Wilford Webb Wilson. He died in 2014 in Watsonville, California. I find his widow. I call her. She answers the phone. Now I'm waiting for you're crazy, don't ever call me. Can you imagine an 80-year-old woman, you're going to tell her, I think your husband was involved with extraterrestrials? I said, Kim, Jon Stewart, shooting a documentary. This came across my desk. I feel from my information that your husband, Webb, might have been involved in a government program involving extraterrestrials. Silence. That's interesting. A light bulb is going off over my head. John, Webb and I had a bone of contention in our marriage between each other. And the fact that he would never talk about his experience in the U.S. Army Medical Corps. She's like, you're solving a family secret. I now understand why my husband never said anything about his time in the U.S. Army.
So there's something going around right now that's really freaking people out. So I'm going to play a quick clip of the interview, and then I want to come back and talk about something because I have a question for you. Check out this clip.
He said that when the star of Regulus, she called it a red star. When you look at it, it looks blue. But she said when Regulus is red on the horizon, in front of the gaze of the Sphinx, before daylight. So in other words, when it's sitting right on top of the horizon, before the sun comes up, that moment would mark a change in humanity's knowledge. I gave them the date of 2026 because they took that celestial event and ran it through these machines that showed that exact alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter. What's going to happen, I don't know, but I think it's possible that's the return of
Christ.
Yeah. Or the lady and the whole heavenly host living with us.
Okay, so I'm not an expert in the subject matter, but I'm genuinely curious to hear from those who are. What do you think about what he said? Is it accurate or is it nonsense? Let me know in the comments. I really want to hear from you.
Not only is it funny that Target has lost over $15 billion since the announcement of its DEI fadeaway, but if you go to the Target official page, just go to the last video and watch and read some of the things that are being said. I mean, it's super petty. Don't get me wrong, it's super petty, but it's so funny. Also, I mean, the creativity that I'm seeing out here, I mean, I'm just going to scroll through just the very last video I saw. People are going for it. And you know what? I'm here for it. Because the only way they're going to listen is through their bottom line. And companies like Costco and Ben & Jerry's and Ulta, they're doubling down on their DEI and their sales are going up. Okay? We don't even need to talk about Tesla and what's going on over there. But go to the Target official page if you're looking for a little laughy laugh and enjoy the content.
Run into people all day who swear they love talking about conspiracies, swear they love finding the hidden truth of things, until you bring them across a rabbit hole like this one, and they will never be the same, or they just don't want to hear it. But for those who know, you know. Get yourself a good look at this picture right here, right? For those who read Genesis and you heard about that serpent and how he had to go on his belly, now I know these are lizards, but disregard that. For those who know what I'm speaking about, you know what I'm getting at. The serpent who had to go on his belly, why did he have to go on his belly? Was he standing? Was he humanoid? Imagine that. Imagine a humanoid serpent for a moment. That's a scary sight. That's a weird thing, a peculiar thing to imagine, isn't it? But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy who's getting up here talking, guy who's read his Bible cover to cover, a guy who's looked into all of the hidden texts around the world. And yeah, I mean, I used to think all this stuff was fake. I used to think it was all fake. Man, part of me kind of does miss those days. But, you know, when you love the truth, well, obviously you find gratitude in the present. But I remember those days. Yeah, a lot of you guys are still there. It's all right. You know, eventually we'll all come around. The Bible says, Jesus says that there is not anything that is hidden that will not be revealed. So one day soon, we will all know the truth. But yeah, start reading your Bible.
What did Young Thug say about Little Uzi?
Man, what artist would you not let into your house right now? Probably Uzi Vert.
Wow.
Because
it's insane.
Because he's the fucking devil. And he takes houses. So he'll come here, he'll break shit in your house, he'll do little evil stupid shit, man.
Wow. It's not a game. Why would he say that? We all know why. Get ready. I don't get it because they used to be cool. Look at them. They look like they was besties. You know how this music industry goes. Why would he say that, guys? It's getting real out here. Little Uzi does look a little funny in this picture. Is it true what Young Thug is saying? I don't know, guys. Even though they said it laughing, I think they're joking. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Obviously, they're best friends. This is the music industry. They play around like that. They was just clout chasing. It's not a game. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Comment below. Let me know. I'm about to listen to some Little Uzi and Young Thug right now. I gotta go.
Look at this freaking thing right here. How brilliant is this? Why would you go throw your kid in a ball pit so they can eat macroplastics when you can do what they do in China? They've got a bunch of dried horn cusks, some actual farm equipment, and the kids jump in there and go full Dwight Schrute and play with corn. This is the epitome of a win-win, and here's why. Number one, it's cheaper than a traditional kids play area. You don't have to buy a ball pit. Corn is the cheapest commodity on earth. Number two, it's hopping on a mega trend, going back to our roots, ditching the screen. Look at the Google Trends data for ditching our screens. The pendulum is swinging away from that crap. Brilliant ideas start in Asia, then they move their way west. You don't need a retail space or a bunch of money to start this business. Get the full business plan right here.
You guys want to see what happens when you really burn logs? Check this out, y'all. They're saying this is petrified wood. What is going on here, y'all? This is in Arizona, National Park in Arizona. They're saying that this is petrified wood, but y'all see that? Why does it look like muscles? This thing over here look like meat. This is crazy. And is that the fat surrounding the meat? Is that the fat surrounding the meat? You know how the fat always encompasses the muscles? That's crazy, y'all. Yo, nature literally mirrors us. This is amazing. Is that why we're the same color as wood? Excuse me. Yes. Is that that must be the reason why, right? And remember, in Naruto, the strongest ninjas were able to manipulate wood, even to the point that there were only 2 during the whole series, y'all. So this is amazing. Look at this, y'all. This is a rock, but it's pure muscle.
Like
rock muscle. Is that why the rock is pure muscle? This is where I would enter Kawhi Leonard's laugh. But yeah, y'all, this is nothing but salt rock. Salt rock. Is that why y'all put salt on steak? On meat? Because this is a basalt? Even the logs over there look like this one as well, y'all. But this is amazing. Literally, nature mirrors us. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
And I'm getting training for right now. It's a little bit of inspiration plus yes. 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 Wow. And the people, do they still recognize you as your character from TV? Do they love your yes. And a lot of people are realizing that too. And also I want to mention that on the website, mathematics.com, I have a fully worked out solution to all the problems in the book. So in the back of the book, it's basically answered, not the fully worked out solution. That way when people look at the homework and they do it, they see an example. And my book is similar, they can see exactly what's on it. Okay, that website, and this is your website to get a hold of you at any time, is mathematics.com. Okay. Wow. But, and your personal week, was it this week or last week for the nightly reading? It was Friday, August 10th. So I guess it's still my week. Do you ever just catch yourself and think? Yeah, no, it's not. That's not real at all. I don't even know what that means. This week, I don't know. I'm so honored. I don't know what to say.
Ever go on that platform?
Yeah, I would go.
But I'm not old nothing from them niggas. Them niggas is in a fraternity. They're in a boys club. I came, like Gilly said, he's not known for doing nothing. He's known for talking about people that's putting in work. I came to the internet. I came to be known and famous for attacking our black celebrities. Think about that, huh? They are the boulets. Our blacks, the Shannon Sharp, these are boulets. These aren't our revolutionaries. These aren't our black people who Malcolm them would fought with. These are the boulets. That's why they get the big platform. Right. And they seem like the gatekeepers.
What is boulets?
Black sellouts. These are the people who white folks pat on the back, pat on the head. That's why he got the first take. And when the white boy done him bad, done how they do a nigga,
got it on show.
Because he's a boule. He ain't no field nigga. These are your house niggas. They get to go in the house. I'm coming out the field, talking stupid with the ebonics. So homie, they don't owe me nothing, homie, but there's no way. Because I came in attacking them. There was a time when Wallow and Gilly sat down with King Von and Dirk and laughed about this shit. And he wasn't telling him, nah, homie, y'all wasn't doing that. That was the second interview. The first interview, they were clapping and laughing and singing along with these Smoker Tuka lyrics. Gilly hadn't lost his son yet, so it was cool for him to engage King Von smoking on Tuka while Tuka's mother watched that interview.
Right.
While all those victims who King Von murdered families watch this interview and watch him be rewarded. Gilly hadn't lost a son yet, so it was okay then.
Right, it wasn't real yet.
There you go. So I come to the knowing off the top saying, fuck these niggas, fuck these rap niggas, football playing niggas is dumb. White boy get them niggas a job, them niggas slave. Nigga, these the niggas I've been talking about. So why would they sit down with me and give me an opportunity to embarrass them like I did Cam Newton?
You will probably be the most requested guest for a Shay Shay interview.
I'm gonna embarrass him like I did Cam Newton. Because once they start pressing me about what I done said,
it's gonna turn into something.
I'm gonna talk about what I done done and what the rappers do. See, y'all worry about what I'm saying. Then you got a lot of these niggas. Look at what they do. Nigga, you can go to Joe Budden. Nigga, all these niggas have been accused of abusing women at some point throughout their careers. So now, nigga, so I ain't got none of that on me. All they can go off is, well, you said this. Okay, what have I done?
Right.
And I can go down a list of what they done. From Kobe Bryant being accused of rape, T.I., nigga, I can go down a list.
No, this the shit they don't want to talk about.
And y'all don't buck white people, nigga. From Gilly, Wallow, Shannon, you nigga don't buck white people, nigga. Now police shooting, have y'all caught, nigga, you nigga don't buck nothing, nigga. You niggas is in the get along gang. Y'all
so
going along to get along.
So who you
so once they start trying to press me, nigga, they gonna look stupid.
Start pulling out the facts.
They gotta leave me alone, my nigga. Just let me keep playing ignorant.
Bad boy.
They don't want me to get serious and start. They don't want me to get serious. They let me keep playing funny man, troll, ignorant nigga online.
Say what you want about Charleston White. He says a lot of messed up things. He even said a lot of messed up things about Mexicans. So anybody Caucasian out there, he said things about Mexicans, a lot of crazy things, but he speaks some facts sometimes. I enjoy him. He's entertaining, right? I like to be entertained. I like to watch him, get some knowledge, gain. A lot of it's nonsense. Some of it's not. What do you guys think of Charleston White? You guys like him? Would you guys want to see more clips of him on here? Because he has a lot of clips exposing a lot. Let me know down below.
Reptilianos.
Reptilianos.
I don't know how this isn't viral. Ice is falling from the sky. And this isn't just the scenario in Florida, which I'm sure you've heard about, where it fell through the lady's roof. This is in California. This just happened. I just saw this guy's video. Look at this. Look at the detail on this ice. I saved the video. I'm gonna show you. Insane. And the weather is beautiful outside, mind you. Like this isn't happening in cold places, right? Florida, California now. Check this out.
I'm over here catching tags.
What? Look how that's massive. These are like massive chunks of ice. Look at this. This is probably what went through the house in Florida and caused that dent in the house. Insane. Go watch the video. This guy goes on to say that he like jumped on the ice. He tried breaking this ice. It will not break. And this is what it did to the house in Florida.
Tell, but there's a little bit of ice. There's ice over here.
What? 2025 cannot get more insane. Like, what is going on? Let me know what you think. I don't even know what to make of this.
My ex-boss, I'm gonna go there. He calls himself Love. He legally titled himself that, and he uses the love heart to express that everywhere he goes. He's in prison now. And I just want to say to you guys, the love heart is now here. Woo! Yeah!
Why is the name Saudi Arabia so unique? I visited Riyadh, the birthplace of the modern Saudi state, and learned something fascinating. Unlike most countries named after geographic features or historical regions, Saudi Arabia is actually the only nation named after its ruling family, the Al Saud. The Saudi state began in 1744 when Muhammad ibn Saud allied with Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab, uniting tribes under their vision. Though the state fell to the Ottomans in 1818, it was revived in 1824, and by 1902, Abdulaziz ibn Saud reclaimed Riyadh, unified the Arabian Peninsula, and in 1932 declared Saudi Arabia, naming it after his family. You can now visit Diriyah, a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Riyadh, and explore the birthplace of what has become one of the world's most influential nations.
It blows my mind that they laid a telegraph cable across the entire ocean in the 1850s without it breaking. The Transatlantic cable stretched from Ireland to Newfoundland. It was basically the Victorian equivalent of the Apollo mission. Cable was made of 7 strands of copper wire. The wire was wrapped in latex to protect it from salt water. To give the wire strength, it was covered in tarred hemp and wrapped in strong iron wire. After multiple tries, 2,500 miles of cable was laid underwater. America and Europe celebrated the achievement. The first cable only worked 3 weeks before breaking. In 1866, they perfected the line and changed communication forever.
Craziest things found under the ice on Earth. The Baltic Sea UFO. This was discovered on June 19, 2011, when Swedish treasure hunters using sonar detected a 70-meter wide disc-shaped object deep beneath the icy waters. Its metallic surface and unusual grooves sparked theories of a crashed spacecraft. Divers reported that their electronic devices would malfunction when near the object, as if it was emitting an unknown energy field. As you can also see, there is a clear pathway leading up to the object, almost as if it had crashed and slid across the sea floor. Otzi the Iceman. On September 19, 1991, Otzi the Iceman was discovered by 2 hikers in the Alps of northern Italy. Frozen in the ice for over 5,300 years, his body was incredibly well preserved, along with his clothing, weapons, and even his last meal. Scientists later discovered that Otzi had 61 tattoos, carried a copper axe, which was a rare item for his time, and died from an arrow wound to the back, making him one of history's oldest unsolved murder mysteries.
He wasn't alone in the woods, but what was it? At first, this clip looks like nothing out of the ordinary, just a man jogging down an isolated road. But then, something catches his eye, a dark figure sitting on the ground, motionless. It's hunched over, almost blending into the surroundings. At first, it barely moves, leading some to believe it's just an animal feeding. But then, it starts to stand up. The moment it shifts, the jogger stops in his tracks, frozen. He realizes that whatever this thing is, it's not normal. Some say it looks like a person in a cloak or a large animal, but others believe it's something much stranger. Debates online have ranged from a cryptid to a ghillie suit prank to something far more sinister. But the most unsettling detail, it moves just like a human, but doesn't quite look like one. If you slow the footage, you can see its form is distorted, with some viewers even pointing out what appears to be horns or an elongated face. Others claim they see multiple figures hidden in the shadows. And as for the jogger, the second this thing stands up, he takes off running. So, what do you think? Just a case of mistaken identity? Or did this jogger come across something unexplainable?
All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, make sure to hit that like button, y'all. And I encourage you guys, leave some comments down below. Let me know your dreams. Let me know what's going on. What's the mental health like? Just keep it positive, y'all. Segovia has, even myself, y'all, I've noticed the CaveFam, we got to get back on that positive tip, y'all. We got to get back on that. Segovia used to preach that so much, and honestly, myself, I've lost sight of that, y'all. I've been, I haven't been being myself lately. It's starting to come back now that I'm eating clean. We're going to get back on that positive trip, y'all. We're going to get back on that positive. I'm going to start getting outside more. I encourage all you guys, get off that phone, get outside more, get off YouTube, get off these conspiracies, and unwind sometimes, y'all. It's okay to unwind and realize it's not that serious, y'all. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's reaction. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. I got some things to do, y'all. Mama Bear is going to her mom's. It's ugly outside. We want to go to Target and stuff, but it's just too ugly. So she's going to go. She needs to get out the house, y'all. She needs to get out the house. She ain't listening, right? She needs to get out the damn house. But she's going to go to her mom, spend the day over there with the baby. I'm going to go to Harbor Freight. She needs a battery in her car. We're going to be selling it. So I'm going to go to get a battery in there, get some oil to change her oil tomorrow, because tomorrow is supposed to be calm. Harbor Freight, they're having their parking lot sale. I'm an Inside Track member, so I got early access. So a couple things I want to get. There's nothing really good. I want to get some earphones, because my blower's gas, and honestly, that thing echoes in my ear and my ears ring after. So I'm gonna be wearing that when I blow the yard. And that's probably all I'll get. Maybe some AA batteries. You can never have enough AA's. They're freaking dime a dozen over there. So I'll be getting that, y'all. And that's probably about it. That's my day to day. Eat clean, put good fuel in my body, and when you do that, your mind starts blooming, y'all. Plant those seeds. I encourage you guys. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the Man Cave. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Later.